It is commonly known that Thomas Edison and Henry Ford remained close throughout their careers. They shared tents, lavishly gifted one another, and even purchased properties close to one another. Many Ford devotees are also aware that Ford worked for Edison at the Detroit Edison Illuminating Company when he initially rode his quadricycle through the streets of Detroit in 1896. And historians are aware that Edison pushed Ford to pursue his plans for a gasoline automobile when he saw Ford a few months later and was shown those plans. Less well known is the fact that Ford and Edison collaborated to develop a cost-effective electric vehicle. This is the story of what unfolded and the reasons the car was never built. Edison had made strides in battery technology by the time Ford Motor Company was established in 1903 and was beginning to produce nickel-iron batteries for a variety of applications, including autos. Later that year, he made intentions to convert 4 substantial touring cars to electric propulsion, using his own batteries, of course. This announcement, which smacks of a PR gimmick to promote battery sales, was sufficient to have him listed in the standard catalog. And though he encouraged Ford to create gasoline-powered cars, he was soon criticizing them. Electricity is the thing. There are no whirring and grinding gears with their numerous levers to confuse. There is not that almost terrifying uncertain throb and whir of the powerful combustion engine. There is no water circulating system to get out of order, no dangerous and evil-smelling gasoline, and no noise. Ford, however, not only abandoned Detroit Edison and steadfastly pursued the gasoline-powered automobile, but he also directed the creation of a flywheel magneto system for the Model T in order to avoid the need of batteries. One probably fictitious account I've read is that Ford's pre-production Model T's battery flipped over when he was camping, cutting short his trip and forcing him to forbid batteries in his new, inexpensive vehicle. Ford started to reconsider, though, and by the beginning of 1914, it was widely known that he was developing a cheap electric vehicle. Regarding Ford's entrance into EVs, articles about it have been published in the Wall Street Journal, trade publications, and newspapers as far afield as New Zealand. In the New York Times, Ford confirmed the claims. Within a year, I hope, we shall begin the manufacture of an electric automobile. I don't like to talk about things which are a year ahead, but I am willing to tell you something of my plans. The fact is that Mr. Edison and I have been working for some years on an electric automobile, which would be cheap and practicable. Cars have been built for experimental purposes, and we are satisfied now that the way is clear to success. The problem so far has been to build a storage battery of light weight, which would operate for long distances without recharging. Mr. Edison has been experimenting with such a battery for some time. Ford may have lied when he said there were several experimental vehicles, but at least one was created in that year. With its uniquely bending structure and under-seat batteries, the electric vehicle was tiller-steered. According to rumors, Henry Ford purchased a power station near Niagara Falls and a location off Woodward Avenue in Detroit, particularly for the purpose of producing the Edison Ford. As the year went on, rumors circulated that the EV would debut in 1915, then again in 1916. It would cost somewhere between $500 and $750, between $10,000 and $15,000 now, and travel between 50 and 100 miles on a charge, according to varying details. Even now, rumors differ as to whether the vehicle would feature a cabriolet or brawn body style. In a May 1914 interview with Automobile Topics, Edison provided no information but delivered his finest version of the "it's coming, just be patient" statement. Edison, incidentally, was familiar with electric vehicles. In Friends, Families, and Forays, Brian reported that Edison created a front-wheel drive battery-powered electric automobile in 1895 and that the industrialist owned several of the extremely costly electric cars that were being produced at the time. There is currently no proof that the historical press ever obtained photographs or other verifiable proof of the experimental EVs. Eventually, it appeared that the media had completely forgotten about the Edison Ford. Some conspiracy theorists think Ford and Edison were contacted by the oil cartels, which caused them to give up. The mysterious fire that almost destroyed Edison's facilities in West Orange, New Jersey, in December 1914, is cited by these theorists as supporting evidence. The New York Times reported on December 10, 1914, that the fire skirted the two buildings where any work on the electric car would have been done, in addition to the fact that all of the EV's development took place in Dearborn, Michigan, and Edison had the entire city rebuilt by the following spring. Ford's insistence on using Edison's nickel-iron batteries as the only source of power for the Edison-Ford electric automobile ultimately led to its downfall. It was discovered that Edison's batteries had extremely high internal resistance and were therefore frequently unable to power an electric vehicle. Behind Ford's back, heavier lead-acid batteries that would have rendered the vehicle prohibitively heavy were replaced. He got angry when he learned about that. Due to Ford's commitment to other tasks, the initiative gradually lost momentum. The Ford Century claims that before the electric car project failed, Ford invested $1.5 million, about $31.5 million today, and came close to purchasing 100,000 batteries from Edison. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.